We are trying to salvage as much of this cedar plank as possible so that we can repurpose it on our, what would you call it, our decorative wall, accent walls in the house.
So we have 2 accent walls to do, right? We got the kitchen wall. Basically, I guess part of the dining room wall too, right?
Are we taking it all the way across?
That's what we originally said. We're going to take it from the kitchen all the way over. So we got that wall. We have our bedroom wall.
Where the TV and everything's going to be.
Yeah, and our little fireplace insert. So we got that. And we have, hopefully we can use some more of this for the living room cigar lounge, I guess we were calling it.
Yeah, because it would be nice to be able to take this into your bar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we got a good start on that wall already. So if we can use some of this to finish it off.
Yep.
Saves us money and it looks nice.
Yes, it's pretty. Yeah. Or at least it will be once we get all the, hidden creatures out of it.
Yeah. So now you're just pulling nails out?
For now, yes.
And then we're going to run them through the planer.
We're going to set up our little wood shop.
Wood chop chop. All right, let me go get you some more boards.
Thank you. Would you like some tetanus?
No, thanks. I already had breakfast.
I'm going to take long to run them through that planer, so I might as well go ahead and bring them all out and just run all of them.
Get all screws and
screws, nails, thumbtacks, insects. It's all in there.
Mold.
Yeah, mildew.
Lions, tigers, and bears.
Oh my. One of the cool things going through these, which I wish I would have showed you that one I found, a lot of them have the measurements written on the back of them.
The original measurements from the house?
Yeah, when they built it. What I don't understand is how none of the wall boards have handprints, but the ceiling boards
do. The ceiling does? Yeah, that's kind of creepy.
It's very weird to wake up every morning and look up and see all the handprints everywhere.
What she's talking about is handprints that are in the ceiling of our living room. It looks like kind of cryptic almost. Yeah. Handprints on the
black greasy handprints that make no sense being where they're at. Why is it stuck together? There we go. But there's none on the wall boards. I guess they washed their hands before they built the walls.
Well, you see those scary movies where the ghosts are like on
the ceilings, yes. Is that where the Oogie Boogie monster ended up? Was up on our ceiling? What is it? Boggy Creek. Boggy Creek monster.
The Boggy Creek ghost. It's not the monster.
Yeah, because he's been around since the 1800s. He's pretty old now. I don't think he's doing acrobats anymore.
What do you think of this beautiful day?
That's why I'm working outside. That's why I'm glad you didn't put me over there.
Yeah,
there's no sunshine. Yeah. Out here I'm in the sun. It helps me recharge.
Yeah.
For sure.
It's definitely a beautiful day.
It is. Let's see how long we actually focus on working.
I was thinking that a little while ago. I'm like, well, I got one fitting on. Time to go play in the woods.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're trying to get this thing buttoned up enough to get out here in a couple months. So
yeah,
it's all hands on deck right now. We're getting it all as far along as we can. It's not going to be done at all like we need it to be, but we're just going to suffer through it and get it done.
Like we want it to be.
Yeah.
Because I think both of us would be like, screw it, let's go now.
I would.
I would. We have running water. We have electricity. You're working on getting the water heater.
Hot water right now. So those were basically your stipulations when we first started this. What do you have to get out here? Well, we kind of need some electricity. We definitely want hot water. Mm-hmm. But your thing was, I just need water.
Yeah. Because in the summertime, we don't even need the water heater because the water's warm enough. It just comes out warm.
Yeah.
We have an air conditioner. And we have heat, so.
Yeah. So what else do we need? I guess we can just stay. No, don't tempt me.
Yeah.
Well, I guess that hot water heater isn't gonna install itself, so I'll go back in there and do that.
Unfortunately, it doesn't. If it only had a brain.
Unless you want to switch, because I kind of like it out here in the sun.
I know, right? I don't think you want me installing a water heater.
Why? You said hot water doesn't matter.
Hot water doesn't necessarily matter as much as, turning it on and it rocketing through both roofs.
So you don't want an indoor pool?
That was one of the things that I noticed that you didn't explain when we were doing the roof. You didn't explain the fact that we had two of them.
Oh, the two roofs?
Yeah. But you can see it in the video. You can see the second one when you've got it all cut up. The Swiss cheese-ness that we had going up there.
Man, I am so glad we're not up there doing that roof anymore.
Yeah, that was miserable. I liked it a lot better when it was you and all the boys and I was down here.
Yeah, when you weren't up there actually helping. When you were actually up there helping me is when the work started making more progress.
Yeah.
Something about watching you slip on your butt.
My crab walk.
Yeah. We got it done pretty quick. Just you and me.
Only went through 2 pairs of pants.
That's it.
Well, I can't really say I went through the other ones. They have holes in the butt, but they're here. I'll still use them. I think never mind. I was going to say you enjoyed the view for the most part because half the time I was crab walking, half the time I was bent over. So.
Well, yeah. That's always a nice view. Something about... Never mind. Yeah, we're going to go off on a whole other tangent.
Go to work.
This is where the old hot water heater was connected. So we're going to cut into the lines here. We're going to cut them off right here and here. And we're going to run basically an elbow over to get it back inside the wall. So we got these cut and basically goes on that. And it's supposed to be a perfect solution. Guess there's ain't nothing to it but to do it, right? That actually wasn't bad at all. Got a nice cut on it. Get some sandpaper and I'll clean that up so we can get a nice seal on us. And it's gonna go something like that. I'll bring it over. Now we gotta clean this up. I'm just gonna use some sandpaper. Alright. Those are cleaned up. So when we took this one off here, when we cut it off, we couldn't get to the back side, so because of this, the thing wouldn't spin around. So it's got a little indent in it right there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a socket that's got basically a little ridge here to try to flare it out a little bit to get it back around. Just going to tap on it a couple times to get the dent out. Made it round again. I'll take my flat file. I'll top, get that little ridge off of there. This one's good. Give her a couple swipes anyway. Put them on here. These will slip on like that. That's it. Once they're on, you can still adjust them back and forth. Wish there was an actual way you can test these. The only thing I can do is basically hook this whole thing up and then check for leaks after it's already all hooked up. We're basically just hoping for the best here. That's it. This is the shark bite from copper into the PEX hose. That's that connection. Okay, so for those of you that don't know how to actually use PEX, so PEX pipe is this. It comes in different colors, white, blue, and red. I usually use the blue for like cold water, the red for hot water, obviously. You can use like the white if you're coming out of the wall, so it doesn't have the transition of either red or blue sticking out. Kind of hides the color a little bit better, but you can actually paint these also. But the way these work, they come in, they have elbows and straights. Today we're going to be using this elbow. These elbows just basically slip on in here, kind of a tight fit. Demonstrate. Goes in there, cut your pipe where you want it. If it's going to be another elbow, a T, or whatever. This one we're coming off of the line for the that we're tying in. We already got the elbow, so this is going to go slip into the elbow piece, and this is going to come straight up the wall. And then you have these metal bands. So if you already have a long line, you'll want to slip this metal band on here. We're using 1/2 inch. So you'll want to slip this metal band on first, then your elbow. But for the sake of this video, I'm just going to run it off through the end here. And these, if you can see it, these elbows have a little tab sticking up. You want that band to go right down to that tab. That way you got a nice area. So it can come off a little bit, but you don't want it to come off too much farther than that. So these here are the special PEX pliers, crimping pliers. You can get, these are kind of expensive. You can get away from using these. You can use like some, what are they called? The fencing pliers, where it looks like just 2 jaws. You can use those to crimp. But I like these. If you're going to be doing a lot of PEX, I would go ahead and get these. You can get them from anywhere from $30 to upwards to $100. So just look around for them. You could probably get a cheap set off of Amazon. But if you're just doing like 1 or 2 pipes or something and you're never going to do it again, you can just do it with the fencing pliers. So the ends of these is an open jaw, and then this right here, this clamp goes in here. This will clamp on, and then just basically shut it like that, and it clamps it down, and now you got a solid connection. And that's it. That's how you connect the pipes together. All right, now that we got the pipe put together, I just figured it would be easier to put the elbows on before it's already on there. So then these, push it in there, make sure it's in there all the way. Make sure these are up. And that's it. Now we got the connection here. We got to drill the holes. Then we're going to run our PEX hoses coming up through the walls and over into where the hot water heater is going. Love drilling over my head. All right, got the holes drilled in there. I used the 5/8 paddle bit, ran holes up through blocking all the way up to the ceiling. And then we're just going to run the PEX pipe over down into the wall right there in the corner. The hot water heater is going to go back right here behind this wall. So I'll run all the PEX pipe down over and into that wall, and then it'll come out over here. So, okay, so we got all the PEX pipe run to here. This is the hot water heater will plug into. The hot water goes out of there. Hot water comes in here. I got the fitting here. I messed up. I didn't get a valve, so I'll have to cut this back off later and put it in a shut-off valve for the hot water heater. So usually there should be a valve here coming into the hot water heater. Turn it back off. That way closes that line off in case you had to do something to that. So I don't feel like running to Lowe's right now, so we're going to actually just hook it up like it is, and then like I said, I'll just splice in here, throw a valve in, done. I'm going to have to cut these off anyway. I'm going to put the drywall in. This makes it a cleaner install, but for now this will work just to get us hot water in here tonight and get the water turned back on. I'm running out of time. I still got to run the electrical. Energy Star. So far, so good. Go ahead and hook this up. Before I do that, I should put some Teflon tape on there. These hoses are pretty old, so hopefully they don't leak. I'm at a point to where I can turn the water on and see if we got leaks.
Okay.
So I'm going to go ahead and go out there and turn the water on, and you're going to scream loudly. We got water coming from everywhere.
Or anywhere.
Yeah. The ones that will leak, if they're going to leak, are going to be these two.
Or the old ones.
Okay. Fingers crossed.
You got it, dude.
If it's just dripping, don't panic. But if it like blows off, so I can turn it off quick.
Okay, okay. In the water heater. No drips. No drips. Not one single drippity droppity anywhere.
Heck yeah. No leakage. It's on and there's no drippage.
No.
Nothing dripping there.
It kind of freaked me out because you turned the water on and then I heard it filling up, or the lines move. So I walked over this way and then I heard the water heater and I was listening, and then a freaking pine cone fell outside and I was like, oh crap.
Not too bad, actually. A little time consuming running that thing, and then that not working out how I wanted it to. Because I wanted to just run that straight down into the wall, but I got ahead of myself and I cut the wire or the hoses up a little too high. So then I just had to put
the
a couple elbows up there to run down.
It's good though. It's not a bad thing to have a little extra wiggle room.
You like a little extra wiggle room with the pipes?
That way we can tell everybody our house is haunted when they rattle.
Yeah. All right. Well, we're just going to wait for the system to pressurize. Well, should we try one?
Sure. It's actually really pretty.
Got already all the imperfections in it already. Natural. All natural. All right, I think that's the setting. Yeah.
Thank you.
Need some hearing protection. That's redunculous. You don't look too convinced.
I got like 6 more sneezes coming and I know it.